Welcome to Prime Testimony Channel. Today is another day. Anytime when I meet you like this, I feel blessed because after everything, we will go home with some kind of knowledge that will help us live better lives as Africans. My name is Ato Brentishen, the host for this program. As usual, I've assembled beautiful ladies and gentlemen here. And from my extreme right, she will mention her full name and what she does for a living, and it will go this way.
Thank you, Uncle Ato. My name is Andraina Mensah-Hammond, and I'm a social worker.
Thank you, Andraina.
I am Emmanuel Kofi Issa, a child and youth development worker.
Okay, I am Rita Mensah, a social worker.
All right. I'm Kudu Mensah, an account officer.
All right. Friends, you are welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Uncle.
Today we are going to look at certain considerations both men and women look at before they choose life partners. We are going to look at what attracts men and what attracts women. So what's going to happen is that the women will talk about what attracts them, the men also talk about what attracts them. At the end of the day, both the men and the women should be free to adapt to what their colleagues are saying. So our ladies, I'll begin from you first. What are some of the things that encourage you to accept a man's proposal, or what are some of the things that you look out for in selecting a boyfriend, a man friend, or even a husband? Ladies?
Okay, let me start.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Uncle Ato. You know, before we start, we say who is a life partner, because we are going to talk about somebody you are going to spend your whole life that God has given to you on earth with. So, meaning when as you've grown, the age that you grow to before you enter into that particular relationship or you get attached to that person, the rest of the life out there, you are going to move with the same person. That is my explanation to a life partner.
Okay.
And so when you are taking somebody like that, this is an important person in your life because that person will have a lot of impact in your life. So for me as a woman, if I want to make considerations, you know, selecting a life partner has a lot of implications in her life, and every lady and then the kind of criteria that they will use in selecting the life partner. But when we come to modern day, or let me say our country as Ghanaians and Africans, you see, when you are going in for a life partner, I think the first thing you need to consider is the background of the person. So you check the background, which family is this person from? Because in our setting today, the background has a lot of impact on an individual. So which family is this person from? Is this person an Akan? Is this person an Ewe? Is this person whatever the country, whatever that the people do? You need to make consideration of that first. And when you finish as a Christian sister, then you tend to look at the biblical means of selecting a partner, which is first, if the person is born again. So this person I want to go out with, for me being a Christian, then I'm looking out for somebody who also have the traits of Christ in him, so that as we are moving, and then if there should be anything, because we all have the same traits, we'll be able to manage ourselves. Then secondly, you come to the main purpose of which that particular person is being made, because we are being told that ladies, we are helpers. as the Bible makes us know that we are helpers. So meaning that I am going to help the person that I'm going to move with. So if I don't know what he himself is carrying or what he himself is doing, then my going in there becomes, let me say, like a trash. I have no meaning for being there. So first of all, I need to look at, okay, this is what the person is doing. And then not just what the person is doing, but what the person is doing. Do I see myself in what the person does? So if I look at myself, that somebody is an accountant, but I'm looking at my class, I have no idea what to do with accountants, But when I consider myself, I can see that, no, if somebody is even a plumber or even a taxi driver, there is something in me that can help that person build up and go up. Then it means that I need to go in for that. Then you come again, and then you, after looking at the vision of that person, then we come down to consider now our love affairs, which we call the feminine. Before any woman, before you go, Charlie, there should be a chemistry, like the connection should be there.
Yeah.
So then you tend to look at that one. When I sit down with this guy, how do I feel? Like, what is the vibe? Do we just sit? I don't feel anything. I'm just sitting down with you. There's nothing ever. When this guy touches me, tell me I should feel the click. Like
Once we are sitting here, how
I
are you
don't feel
feeling?
anything.
Oh, you start feeling something now.
You see?
You don't feel anything. You should start feeling something.
Don't worry.
The click should be there,
Sure.
so that when the person is not there, something should touch me and say, Charlie, this person should be around me. You see, so when I consider that one, then I know that, okay, now I have been able to get all these things. Then I come back to look at the character of the person. How is the person like? You see, how is this person like, the person that I want to go out with? Then you can consider the temperament, because there are a lot of temperaments that sometimes when women, we sometimes we look over those things, and then when you enter in a relationship, and then you know that this person, the temperament the person is having, this person is a quiet type, and you still want the person to be hey, giddy. No. You see, so you consider the temperament, and after you've seen the temperament, you go. I think I'll leave it to my sister to also.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, Rita. And Raina.
Okay. I think my sister has said most of the things I wanted to say. Okay, firstly,
That means you can marry one man.
You know, the look out for, we have those that are universal, like it applies to every lady. And then we have the personal aspect of the
All right, thanks. All right, can you?
firstly, I'll look out for the person's relationship with God. I believe any man who has a good relationship with God also tends
Pause. Start. Speak very loud.
Firstly, I'll look out for a man who has a good relationship with God, because I believe a man who has a very good relationship with God tends to have good relationship with humans too, and then with humans I'm included. So the person will then have good relationship with me too. And then also I'll look out for the character of the person. With the character of the person, the temperament is included. How does the person react when he or she is when he's angry? How the person reacts when he's angry? Does he tend to be abusive, or he's calm, likes to just ignore issues just to clear his head, maybe walks out to clear his head and then comes back, or tends to be abusive? I'll look out for those traits. And then also I'll look out for how he treats those who are less privileged.
Okay.
You know, some people, you tend to see their true character when they are, let me say, they are in good standing or in good positions. They tend to treat people who are lesser or who are less privileged anyhow, or they tend to disregard or, let me say, disrespect such people. So I'll look for a man who treats people who are underprivileged or less privileged also well. And then also I think my sister has said all that I wanted to say.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies. In summary, you touched on the background, the family, the religious orientation, the vision, the character, temperament, good relationship, how he treats the less privileged and others. Thank you very much, ladies. Let's hear the gentleman.
All right. Thank you for such a wonderful opportunity. In fact, for me, I have problem with these ladies of today, and then especially the Christian sisters. You see, the people, they always say a born again Christian. You see, we should not always think for God, but for the Bible said a man shall leave his mother, and a woman and a man and a woman. So most of the time, our Christian sisters, that is what I want a religious guy. But mind you see, when you say a man doesn't mean that the person is religious or something of that nature. The fact that you see the man kaboing and then sweating like a pregnant fish.
Kaboing means what?
Praying intensively and then fervently saying, oh God, look at the way Brahmi prays. This man will be very, very responsible. So, I'm coming. You see, so all their mind is they want a religious person. But let me tell you something. Somebody can be very religious, but the person is not mature. Yeah. Somebody can be very, very religious, but the person is not mature. And that's why the Bible uses the word man, because marriage comes as a result of maturity. Without maturity,
so with respect to this, what do you think ladies should rather look for?
They should look for someone who is mature in mind. You see, one where I'm working, a kid made a funny statement, and then I think I want them to share. He said if they think that marriage is from, I was advising them, some of my children, and then it was like, don't mind that if marriage was meant for small girls and then small boys, God would have created Adam and Eve, small boys and small girls. God created Adam and Eve, man and woman. Yeah. There was nothing like boy. So one thing that they have to know that it is not always about how the religious the person is. You see, God can use you to convert somebody to become what the person, as in Christian, in Christian, I'm coming from a Christian angle. Right. The person being a Christian or being a religious, God can use you to convert that person. So our ladies shouldn't center their mind so much on somebody being a religious.
Okay, so which means that if I understood you are saying that it's not all about charisma.
It's all about charisma.
Character, like our sisters also.
And the matured mind, how the person is, the maturity. You see, so that is what I want to tell my sister. Okay. And before I come in there, you see, personally, if I'm looking out for certain things to choose, so far as my life partner is concerned, I like the way.
Yeah, but before you continue, the opportunity for the men to talk about what they are looking out for.
Yes.
Right now, I knew you were contributing to what they were looking out for.
So now I'm coming to my lane.
Okay.
Yes.
No, your lane will come. I'll ask the question, but I want them to add. Maybe they have remembered other things that they want to add for the ladies. Okay. But let me ask you, what do you think a lady should also look out for? What do you think? I think they should consider it will help.
I don't know what they are going to say again, but I think one thing that they should also be looking out for is a man who can cater for their needs.
All right.
It's very critical. The charisma, the whatever are all good. But if the man has nothing to do to cater for you, there's also going to be a problem for you. Because marriage is not just about theories.
Okay.
The physical needs are there for you to meet.
Sure.
You have to, you will give birth. Even you have to take care of the wife first. And in the course of, or in the process of the marriage, there will be children. Okay. Will the man be able to take care of the children? That is very critical. So you, the lady, from the beginning, you will know this man has nothing to do and he's not prepared to find something to do. If you think, oh, he's a nice guy, he can speak good English, but he's lazy. My sister, I bet you, in the future he will cry. Because
Yeah.
some ladies do not go, oh, me, I have work to do. I will work and then help him.
Yes.
But for how long, my sister, will you be able to help a man, a grown-up man who has family, a father, a mother, and siblings? For how long can you do that? So some people make that mistake. Oh, fine. If he doesn't have, oh, I'll try. There's a proverb in Account that says that. Yes.
All right. So if I understood you, you may fall in love, but at the same time, do not go ahead to marry a man who is not working.
Yeah.
That's not
Exactly.
But Uncle, that is also not to mean that the lady should find somebody who is well-to-do, who is already settled,
All right.
who is rich. Do you get it? When you look at it from that angle too, it will be a mistake. There's somebody you meet from the beginning, he has nothing to do, but he's ready to find something to do, or he's even in the process. Just that he has not gotten what he wants.
So you see some
That-
kind of readiness and
Readiness in
seriousness
that person.
in that
But some people, you will just wake up, he's a fresh boy, you'll be in bed, and he's
Fresh.
expecting you, the lady.
Yes, yes.
And you
Always.
see those kind of guys, and at all the times you be there, you call the lady, Charlie, today me, I don't get money, you send me about 20 CDs.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my boy. When I said, what is wrong with that? In the future, you will face the consequences.
Yeah.
Because for how long can you do that?
All right.
Even if you are the president, one day, you will need somebody to support you.
All right.
And marriage is a two-way affair. It cannot always be one person.
All right. Thank you
So
very
that's
much.
The advice I will give to my sisters. You should look at that one very critical.
All right. Thank you very much.
And let me add up something too. You see, I forgot one thing. See, one thing that our ladies should also bear in mind that when we talk about the word fake and pretenders,
Yeah.
in fact, it's another word for the word a man.
They are going to beat you. The men are going to beat
They,
you.
they can use some tricks
He's a man. So.
and then pretend as if that he is a very genuine man. You see,
Yeah.
my uncle told me say, what will inform somebody, a man who has married to a woman for almost about 10 years, for the man to tell the lady that, maybe you don't know me well.
Yeah.
So it means that you don't know me well. You only know me as Kojo or Kwame.
You don't know what I can
You
do.
don't know what I can do. So it means that all these 10 years, the man has been faking. So men, when they see that, okay, this lady, she's for looks, or she's for religion.
Yeah.
And that some of us, we have been bad boys before.
But-
We've gone to extent of fellowshipping with a lady in a particular church as a result of getting her or to win her attention. You understand? So when it comes to man, when it comes to the word man, ladies should forget. Ladies should bear in mind that we were there before they came.
All right. So you bought a Bible?
Oh yes, I bought a Bible, and then not just attending to a church keke. I've also been into another religion before.
All because of a lady?
Hey.
I see.
Men,
And how's your stand now?
no, as I sit here, I'm a true Christian.
Okay, right. This is Prime Testimony channel. You are listening to Prime Testimony channel.
For now, I'm a true Christian.
Our sisters are sharing their views. Our brothers are also sharing our views. So, our ladies out there and our gentlemen out there, it's not everything that is rosy. So, if you are choosing a life partner, there are a lot of considerations that you have to make. Apart from praying and everything, there are certain things that you have to look out for. I'm still back. Is there any other thing you want to add? Is there anything that you can remember? There are certain things people talk about.
Yeah,
You know-
I want to add something. Since we are looking at
Okay.
the men's issue first, I want to add something to it.
No,
When a man likes a woman,
Yeah.
he can go any length,
Okay.
do anything within his means, even sometimes outside his own means to win that lady.
All right. Like people renting cars.
I got to car. There is an understatement.
no, brother. Let me chip in this.
Chip in.
All what a man needs is to figure out what the lady
Yes,
does.
exactly.
This Prime Testimony channel, a time of confession. Please speak. We are listening.
You see, the only thing that a man needs is that to figure out that this lady that I want to win her attention, this is what she likes most.
Yeah.
Even if it is an aeroplane
Yeah.
that the woman in the man in his own means, outside his means, beside his means, within his means, center his means, on top of his means.
To be able to go an aeroplane. Yes, somebody said that the botanical name for aeroplane is the whole labo in the sky.
The women sometimes one thing, the funny aspect of the whole thing is that the only thing that they are smart. See, they are smart. Me, and what a man no man can beat me on this side. No man.
6 feet.
Me, 6 feet. No man, me. No man can trick me. How on earth? I put all. But
by the time you realize
you are in the soup.
So I can let me add up.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, a man can go all way to win you, and especially, as my brother said, when the man is able to identify one thing about you that you cherish most. And so, you see those things that those ladies cherish too. They have short-term span.
Yes,
they are physical things that do not have future. If a man says that, oh, you are into phones, why not? It could be that he even uses yam. He can buy you an iPhone 14 once he wants you. And it goes to those ladies who are very materialistic. He wants a guy that has a car. If I don't have a car and I see that this lady, I am tempted to go and rent a car. What if she sees that, oh, I'm driving a very nice car? Even if it is not nice. There's a saying that ladies like car.
No,
naturally, ladies like car.
No, please, they don't like car. They like horn.
They like horn. Okay.
Just the horn. The sound of the horn.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Let me come back to the ladies.
Okay.
Besides even what you like personally, you are ladies. You hear things. What are some of the things that some ladies look out for that usually doesn't help? I think the gentlemen have mentioned some of them. Yeah. So general, what are some of the things that other ladies or other ladies also look out for?
Okay, Ankanto, before I go to what you just said, one thing I forgot to add is that personally I also look out for men who treat the female members of their family very well.
Right.
Yeah, because you can, let's say the way he treats his mother or his sisters, when you see that treatment is not very good, then imagine what he will do to you. So sometimes I check that too.
All right.
And then back to what you just said, some ladies also prefer men, like physical attributes, men who are tall, 6 packs, fair, some say dark, like they look out for the physical.
What about beard?
Yes, the beard. Yes, some ladies also look out for the beard. So
Like beard?
I think you don't qualify.
You also doesn't.
Oh no, I don't qualify. I just ask Rita, do you like beard?
You see, also I can not cut her.
She can't respond. I just asked her, Rita, do you like beard? I said,
if I'm not cutting her shorter, something like this, if I say that, oh, she likes beer, it means I have to go in for beer oil.
Oh, yes, beer oil.
Find some time, nurture the beer. For it to grow. When I can't, one is that not the case?
That is the case, exactly.
Some ladies, I didn't say.
And so those ladies
that
if I happen to chance on one that she likes beer and mine is so small, then it means that I have to go artificial. Find beer oil, nurture it so that it grows very tall. And when I come, I will not even talk.
No.
Because of the beard alone.
This is your brothers. Thank you very much. This is Prime Testimony channel. I will always encourage you to subscribe to this channel because at Prime Testimony you will hear beautiful stories. You will hear things worth learning from. Is there any other thing other ladies also consider or look out for?
Ankarto, one thing to that.
I think we should look at the weird ones.
She's
weird
most
choices.
Things, sometimes the women also tend to look out for as finances.
Okay.
They tend to look out for a man who is that is the right word is
Rich man.
Rich man, a man who has money, like who can provide whatever they ask for. And that's see, I must say there's a particular term that they use. So you see, already made, prepared. So most of the women too, that is where their interest is.
Okay.
You see, and you know when you come, I've heard a lot of stories, like grown-ups are saying that a lot of women went into those relationships, and at the end of the day, the men turn out to tell them that meaning so you can go.
Right.
I have my
So what you say that when you came
before,
already established.
before you came in, so you can find your way.
Right.
So that trust, or that I don't know the word to use, that's bond that the man is supposed to have with you, where the woman has been of a help to the man as at the time I say, oh, I want to go, like the man would have apologized and let's settle things, because it is the two of us who are built up to this level. But no, because you came and I already had my money established, I didn't need you.
Great.
See, so that is something we should also consider.
Okay.
At least if by the grace of God you are able to come into contact with a man who is already established, fine. But it shouldn't be in your mind that that is what I want.
Right.
So anybody that comes my way is bogus. Let's look for what I want.
Okay. Right.
So there's always a saying that whenever you leave a man with vision and you go and marry a man with television, you end up watching the man with vision on the other man's television.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our ladies out there, we are not saying that by all means you have to fall in love with somebody, excuse me for my word, who is poor and they're not ready to change. So poverty is a state of mind. So there's some example is, I am using myself as an example. I'm not rich, you understand? But at least you can see that, oh, this young man is striving to get to a certain level in life. At least you know that, oh, okay, when you meet them, you know that this person is on. We always discuss about what the future holds for us. And you see that, no, this man, see, sometimes I always say that it's not always about the looks or the material things. Sometimes it's about the intrinsic behavior, what comes out of you. You see, sometimes some ladies, they wish to be with you not just because of sex when you are dating, but she always want to come to you just to contribution. There is one thing that the ladies forget to add when they are choosing a partner. Is you need to get a man who is always on top of issues. You understand? You need to get a man who's on top of issues. You see, you need to be able to talk about, for example, your guy. Then you know that you are all elites, and then you ask him, "Have you heard about the Ukraine and then Russia war?" What is Ukraine and Russia war? What is it about?
Where did it happen?
What is it? What did it happen? So it doesn't make the vibe solid. So it goes beyond that. At least you need to get a man who's on top of issues, and that man should be a shoulder that you can rest on in terms that you are having issues, because he's the first point of call. Whenever you are when you are dating and when you are in a relationship, he's the first point of call. That, oh babe, I just had this issue. I'm facing these issues in my family. How do we solve it? And then a man who is saying that he loves a woman will be like, if I've gotten something, if family issue, then you should go and say it.
Not showing any interest.
Not showing any interest in the family issues. Fine, the person can be religious, but the person cannot be able to handle such issues. What is the guarantee that when you get married to that person, you are having issues in the house?
Beautiful.
You can solve that issue.
That's where you brought maturity. Thank you very much. Our sister wanted to say something.
Okay, I wanted to add to what my sister was saying about the baby.
Yeah.
So our ladies out there, if you are dating a guy and he's not rich, doesn't have a 6-figure bank account, it doesn't mean you should break up with him.
6 figures.
Consider 6 figures.
6 figures. Let me calculate.
Or is the person willing to
1 million.
move from where he is now to a better level? Or is the person like okay with whatever he is now or whatever he's doing now? Yes, so to our ladies out there, please consider all those. Don't just look at the money or the current physical state of the current financial state of the person, but consider how the person is willing to move from his current financial state to a better one.
All right. Thank you very much. You are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. I'm really enjoying the discussion. Right now, friends, let's go straight to that of the men.
All right. Okay, but before I start, I want to add a last statement to our females.
Okay.
Let's pass on this funny statement that you know that some ladies also choose partners out of broken hearts.
It is the one replacement.
They just want to try to tell the other guy that he has gotten a new somebody. So he just out of broken heart, they just go ahead and let me do that.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah. Naturally, I see men as someone, or a man as someone who has pride. Naturally, every man has pride. But in spite of all that, you should not choose a man who is overly arrogant.
Okay.
A man has his own pride. He can do something, apologize, he will not. Oh, I won't do it. It was just a mistake. If he is always robbing, you must get away. If you cannot leave,
And that one's
you should be very, very careful
About that person.
Those are the people that usually beat women.
he becomes very
He will
angry.
beat you. Because if you try forcing him to do things that he does not want to, it means he has to use physical means. And before you realize, he's beating you. And some people too, I don't know what is wrong with some ladies. Some say that when their husbands or boyfriends beat them, that is when they love them more.
Yeah, some African ladies. Is that true? Is that true?
It is true.
Some African ladies.
I think that's
I can do it is true.
African women will tell you that, or African women will tell you that, hey, our descent to Kenya on so
Yeah.
one bro, our no better one.
In marriage, there can be dispute, but
This
it
is
should not
not
resort
war.
into physical assault.
Yeah, because as much as possible,
Yeah.
this domestic violence is something, that should not even happen.
Yeah. And
But even among in the Christian fraternity,
Yeah. It does happen. When you go to some homes, we have church leaders, pastors beating their wives. But that's what people do not see.
course.
People are suffering in their homes.
Have you heard
Church,
have you heard
a
some-
lot.
No,
We cannot
it
just
happens.
mention names.
It
It happens?
Yeah.
They beat their wives, pretend in the morning to be the angel, preach, and even preach against physical abuse in homes. And so I'm telling my sisters out there that if you are in a relationship with somebody, and for the little thing, he tries to manhandle you, it is a warning
Run away.
that in the future, I will not say run away, I will not advise you run away, but you should look out that in the near future he will beat you. And as some people who are already in a marriage, when their husbands beat them and they go and report to their parents, they say, oh, go. We should not encourage that as Africans.
All right. Okay. Thank you very
It
much.
has no place in our society. So ladies, open your eyes.
All right.
If a man is beating you, close your eyes to that love and then walk away.
Exactly.
All right.
And come to a place where
speak
we
to a
have-
counselor. Don't say that. Nobody is encouraging
Yeah.
divorce.
Yeah.
But whilst you are going through that difficulty, you have to seek counseling. Where you have to report the man to the police because dangerous. No.
Yes.
It is better for you to save your life.
Exactly. Let people say that you have reported your husband.
They will say everything, but you need to.
People
save
are dying
your
because
life.
of relationship. People are dying because of marriages.
All right. Okay.
And people are dying because of society.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. You are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. Right now, we are going to the gentlemen. Now, we are going to look at what men usually look out for. What is attractive? What's about ladies that is attractive to men? What are some of the considerations that they consider before deciding on a particular lady? That I want to date this lady, or I want to go ahead to marry this lady.
Yeah. Angrato, when it comes to men, in fact, we have a lot of things that we look out for. Some may be so interesting, some may be so weird. But at the end of the day, you, the person making your choice, should come out with something that you think that you want. Personally, I have some things that I will look out for in a woman. no matter how people will see it to be so weird or not.
All right. So
The first thing that I will look out for is a woman that fears God.
All right.
Ankrato, if a woman fears God, it is a number one thing to a very good marriage. Because a woman that fears God will never insult the husband. A woman that fears God will never poison the husband. A woman that fears God will never kill the husband. A woman that fears God will never allow the husband to be in need. She will always be ready to help the husband because she fears God.
I think you almost left one.
And which is, I can do.
Okay, with reference to the last video we did,
Yeah.
a woman who fears God
would never deny the husband.
Exactly. A woman that fears God will never allow her husband to go through emotional stress in the bedroom by denying him sex.
a good one, of course.
Yes. Some people too. If you are me, I'm not ready, but if you want to, okay, I'm there. Do it. If you finish, go and sleep. A good man will never do that. If you fear God, you will see it as your responsibility. A woman who fears God will not let you go into any form of trouble. That is one. I categorize all this into one.
And troubles will come, but even where you fall into trouble, you make a mistake. A woman who fears the Lord will definitely side by you, support you.
You are a human being. I am a human. I see myself as a human being, and I want a woman that when I go into temptation, I know one that will fall into temptation because even Jesus Christ was tempted. But I'm a human that can fall, and when I fall, that woman should not receive me with drama, with moods, and then crucify me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
I am likely to fall into temptation, of which I will try my best that it should not happen. But the unlikely event that it happens, I should get a woman that will stand behind me, not the one that will be welcoming me with drama, with insults, with other form of mood that will even drive me away from the home.
Okay, all right.
That is one thing, the spiritual aspect.
Okay.
If a woman has those spiritual qualities, I think that is
a problem.
And
is that the only one, or you have other things? Okay.
Two, I'm looking at where the woman is coming from. Was where you come from contribute to your psyche. A woman that comes from a home that in the morning you see the father at one side, the mother at one side, and they are trading insults. It is likely that when you marry that woman and she's home, the little thing, she's ready for insults. She's ready to fight. She doesn't see insult as something that is not good. She sees that what a welcome address. If she insults the husband, it means that she's fine. She's a woman. I don't want that thing.
All right.
Because every man wants peace. No matter what I do, I'm expecting my wife to sit me down and then do what? Speak to me. Where the person is coming from. Whether the woman beats the husband. Sometimes we have women that beats their husband.
Is that true?
Oh yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
No, it is true. Say
And
it
that
loud.
it is the truth.
Oh,
Some
she
women.
said it.
How are you attacking me? Is it? It's true.
Yeah.
I just want you to confess with the
Oh, no. Okay, all right. She's not the person. I just asked whether she knows
personally,
But Rita can beat me.
personally, I am not that strong. So in case I choose a woman who is taller than me
can beat you
and can beat me, and she sees that because she's taller than me, she wants to beat me, that thing I will never tolerate it. And so a woman that comes from this kind of home that the mother used to, some women are so provocative. It is another thing that I also look at.
Okay, so you don't want a woman who's
some women, some little thing, they will provoke you. Sometimes they even want to fight you. They do a pakasa, and you see. And even if you are an angel, you are likely to raise your hand. And the moment you raise your hand, hey, you are pitying me. Those kind of things I also look out for. And then how that woman relates with the father. The way you treat your father, that's the way you're going to treat me. Because I don't expect you to treat me like I am your father. But if you see me as such, what you will never tell your father, don't tell me. A woman that treats the father very well,
what you will not tell if I don't tell me, you are talking about the negative thing he
The
can't
negative
tell the father.
things that you cannot tell
Yes,
your father,
yes, okay.
even your brother.
All right.
How you treat your father. Let me lump the two together. How you treat your brother and your father, because they are your opposite sex. They are not females,
All right.
and so there's certain restrictions that you have to obey.
Okay.
And if you're unable to obey those things, you come to your house and your father says this, and you are going to beat your father. Your father cannot advise you. You rather advise your father. It means I have to be very careful about you.
All right.
Because when I marry you, I cannot advise you. Neither can you also advise me. Because if I cannot advise, how can you advise me?
All right. All right.
And so these are the things, some of the things that I look at for.
All right.
And then I got to also look at for every man is moved by the things that he sees. But the beauty, the physical beauty is not enough. That is bonus. That's how I see it.
Yeah. I know it's not enough, but I want you to be specific. Would you love a beautiful woman?
I will love a beautiful woman,
Okay.
but that is not enough.
All right.
It should be both physical and internal.
Oh, men don't work.
What is inside you should reflect what I see.
The way you were doing what I see, are you referring to
Oh,
the face?
everything. I cannot.
Oh.
I am not God,
Okay. All right.
but at least, and that you do know that when you are a man, or if you have two women,
Yeah.
one is beautiful, one is ugly. The beautiful one has a very bad character, and then the ugly one has a very good character.
Do we have? Well, I think we have beautiful women and more beautiful women.
Okay, I got to. If you have
And those beautiful
two
women.
women, one is beautiful than the other.
Yeah, yes, you are right. But remember when God created, we said all was good.
So you can say
Okay,
that
so-
one who is beautiful
And one is more beautiful.
and one who is wonderful. Because we are fearfully
We have. I got to. If you, okay, let me create my.
so we can say one who was fearfully made
Okay.
and one who was wonderfully
You know, God created every woman in a very nice way.
Yeah.
But let's look at a situation whereby one has more qualities than the other.
Okay.
The one that is,
You mean physical qualities?
yeah, physical qualities.
All right.
The one that has more physical qualities than the other one has inward character that is very bad, as opposed to the other one. When you look at these two, one has physical beauty, but internally, what she has is that it's different.
Repeat that.
And then we have someone who is not that beautiful as the other one,
All right.
but internally she's very beautiful. When you compare
You
these
mean character-wise?
character-wise, when you study these two women, or these two women live in the society for a specific period of time, the observation that you are going to have is that the one that is not physically endowed, but internally she has a good character, will be seen by people physically as more beautiful,
Alright.
as opposed to the one that internally has a very bad character, but physically, do you know why? Because what you have in you is going to manifest.
All right. All right.
And people are always going to see you as the one that is not all that beautiful, as very beautiful because of what you have in you,
Yeah.
what you portray.
Yeah, that is why sometimes some people may sit down and gossip. Who
Exactly.
don't know what he saw.
Yes.
And then this
You
handsome
can
man
see a
very
nice man
nice-
and
sometimes there's some inner character
exactly,
that radiates,
exactly.
that makes the home a happy home.
And you see that Ankato, at the long run, this woman that I'm talking about, that people see her not to be too much naturally endowed, will rather win the heart of people with the things that she does. And these are the things that I look out for.
Sometimes
You can be
when you
beautiful,
speak.
you can be beautiful, you can be that. But what is within you, that is what you are going to portray to people. When you speak, when you act,
Okay. All
people
right.
should see that, yes, what I'm seeing is what I'm hearing.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We'll be back. Yes, our brother.
Uncle, so with this issue of what a man look out for in a woman before he approaches a woman, it's a very, very relative and then subjective,
Yeah.
with a different opinion altogether. But I know that since we are Christian-centered and then we are all we are religious, we will always look out for a woman that fear God.
Sure.
And me, as part of my criteria, I always use Proverbs chapter 31.
Wow.
To at least I read the concept there and then to see. So it means that we all want a woman that fear God. But the question is, do we ourselves, you the person that you are looking out for, a woman that fear God, do you also fear God? Because if you find out a woman who fear God and you don't fear God, you will call that woman who don't fear God, who fear God, not to fear God. I don't know whether you get the scenario.
Yeah.
If you yourself, you personally, I want a woman who fear God, and me myself, I don't fear God. In the long run, I will end up causing the woman who fear God not to fear God because of me.
I think I disagree with you.
I'm coming. Let me finish. Because one thing is that we are all looking for a woman that fear God. That is one criteria. So that is one of my criteria. But the other one too is that a woman that is able to vibe well, that is able to communicate very well. You see, we are from African society that we don't joke with what we call hospitality.
Yeah.
We don't joke with what we call hospitality. So as part of my criteria, at least a woman who is very hospitable. She knows how to receive people. She knows how to talk to people. She knows how to handle people, welcome people. You understand? Because some of the women, as my brother said, some are beautiful outside but rotten inside. Beautiful outside, rotten inside. So it is out of your utterances that your voice is you. That is why he said, even the word of God is God. So as you speak, so me, if you're a woman and then your utterances are very bad, it puts me off at once.
All right. So you like a woman who is skilled in communication.
Communication aspect. Yes, not necessarily communication
really expert, but at least
you see, when you are there with her,
careful about the way she communicates.
She communicates.
She's very mindful about words.
Yes,
not only words. I believe it includes non-verbal communication.
Non-verbal communication.
If you are not for the wash, when you can't, you know,
well,
she will give you some condescending look.
Yeah, she would chuckle at you.
So that is what I'm saying. That
hi, sweet ladies.
So
no. That's
we are cool with that.
Yeah. All right.
We are cool with that.
All right.
So
go ahead.
Adding up to that, what I'm saying is that, you see, so that is, I know we all know that. Fine, we are not married, but we can say that the life why in marriage is communication. If you are no good communicator, if you cannot vibe with your partner very well, there is nothing like bond. That bond will never be there. And you know that when you talk about bond, it is not a one day something.
Yeah.
It's a process. It grows. Before one can say that we are greatly born together.
Yeah.
It started from a place to a place. That is why you get to know that you may not even love the person. Well, our ladies can attest to the fact that you cannot love you at the first sight. You didn't love the person. You didn't have any feeling for the person. But as the person started communicating with you, then the lady will tell them, boy, we didn't come here dead. Then so applies to the men that we can say, this lady, because honestly speaking, the lady that I want to marry. But when I saw her. And then the way she approached me, we were in church, and the way she was doing things was like, wow. And then the next day,
your pastor is listening.
Oh yes, my pastor is listening. Of course, my pastor knows that I'll get married one day. So one day, but just that there is an issue, but by the grace of God, we'll get there. So one day, I realized that there were two women that the ladies in the church that I was citing.
Okay.
I was citing, and then the other one was what put me off from the other one was that the younger brother was in Sunday school, and then the younger brother came out from the Sunday school and then wanted to come close to her, and the way she shouted on the young kid, hey, where are you going? Go outside.
And she didn't know you had.
No, I've been admiring her secretly.
Yeah.
I was like, really? If you can do this to your own sibling, then the one that you have upper hand over, then it means that when a time comes and you will get married and you get a little upper hand over me, you will control me like a kid.
You will control me like a kid. You are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. Young ladies out there, have you seen or have you heard what he said? A younger brother was coming to him, the way she shouted at him, little did she know that somebody who has been admiring him in the church was watching. Remember, the way you treat your siblings, the way you treat your family members speaks a lot about you. Continue, my brother.
All right. So, and to continue with it, it's about how some of it. You see, I believe in internal beauty. I believe in that, but makeup is also very, very important. You are what you wear. You are what you wear. Sometimes, you see, as a lady, you have to. You have it's when you say someone is beautiful, it's not necessarily about putting on this makeup and making yourself no, but simple and smart.
Yeah. So are you saying that they should apply it mildly, or they shouldn't apply it, or what's your?
No, you can apply. I'm saying that it's not necessarily that when I talk about that beauty, I'm not talking about go and do makeups. When I talk about makeups, I'm talking about how you dress, how you carry yourself. Okay, you see, we ladies should stop deceiving themselves that it's like about inner beauty, it's about inner beauty. Yes, inner beauty is there, but
nobody sees it.
Man doesn't go out with X-rays.
Yes.
So we can't get that inner beauty that you are talking about. we don't go out there with X-rays.
Yeah.
X-ray machine where we can put it on your chest and see that you have inner beauty.
Or scan it.
Or scan it and see that you have inner beauty. The Bible is saying,
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
The mouth speaks.
All right.
So as me, I am particular about your how you fear God, but sometimes your makeup, how you carry yourself, sometimes remember your dressing. It's not necessarily about wearing expensive clothes.
All right.
But know how to blend your colors too. Our ladies out there, we need to learn.
All right. Thank you very much. Because of time, that's very brief.
Okay. So, Ankratu, I would like to add certain things that. Another thing that I would look out for is the intellectual capacity of the lady. Because it is the lady that is going to maintain the home. If there will be peace in the home, it is the woman. And it depends on her mental capacity. If the woman is not brilliant, is not that matured, the home will break. And so when I'm communicating with you, I want to see how you contribute. The in-depth of the information that you give me is very important. And then also look at a woman who can keep a home. Keeping a home here, I'm looking at if you can cook. If a woman you cannot cook, at least you don't qualify enough.
And it's part of the hospitality.
And the woman will also be looking for men who will be ready to support them.
Exactly.
To help.
Exactly. And this intellectual capability that you're talking about, it is one of it's the major problem that is collapsing most of the marriage.
Exactly.
Because nowadays, the young ladies and then some of the African mothers, that's what they do. You are a lady. So all what you need to do is just to make sure how to style your hair and then dress up very nicely, look good, and then a man will come and marry you. That was then. Yeah. Now every man wants a woman who is intellectually good.
Yes, and I believe not only the book one, but the Kenyans.
That is what I wanted to. Apart from
academics,
whether you were educated, so you have that academic background, you should be seen as somebody who has been trained, well nurtured from home. I'm coming. Well nurtured from home, and from there I'm looking at the cooking. You can cook. You can tidy up. You should not be dirty. A woman who is dirty can kill the whole household. You should be clean. Because we men naturally we are not that neat. It is you, the woman, that will keep the home for us to also learn.
So, as we are talking about the intellectual capability, it will interest you to know that even some of the ladies, they don't know how to even calculate their menstrual cycle. Yeah. They will be there and they will tell you that, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Knowing very well that it comes monthly. At least it should be in a range. So you have to keep. Then that is why you should be going around asking people, do you have pad or you? No. They should be going around asking, do you have pad? Do you break pad? No, you don't know how to do this. You should be able to calculate your menstrual cycle.
What's another name for pad?
Pad.
Sanitary pad.
Okay, that's the one you are talking about.
Yes, I'm talking about sanitary pad. They go around asking people, do you bring sanitary pad? Meanwhile, you know that God in His own mind know that this thing can soil your body. So therefore, you have to. There's time.
All right. Thank you very much. You are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. Thank you, friends. The discussion has been very, 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 very interesting. I'm sure there will be opportunity for us to continue with this very point again. God bless you.
All right.